to voice out a problem. You need to highlight a social issue. How would you approach? Well, the best approach is letter to the editor. This is what we are going to learn today. To write a letter to the editor and to know more about it, let's plunge into the details. What is a letter to the editor? Introduction to formal letter. Now, it is a formal letter because you're writing it to the editor. It is not family or friend, which is an informal letter. So, this is a formal letter. It has to have a formal approach. Format for letter to editor. Format for letter to editor sample, how it should be. Then the letter to the editor sample, important points to remember. Useful starting and ending lines, very good for you guys. It is just there in front of you. You don't have to take the trouble to scroll through anywhere. Just right there, you have 2-3 options, select the best one, or rather read them twice and thrice, and you can write the one you want. And then you have the practice questions as always. So yeah, let's move further to the first thing. What is a letter to the editor? Now, letters to editors are generally made out to the editor-in-chief of popular daily newspapers when a citizen intends to voice their opinion or raise concern on some public issue. Now, this can be editor to anybody. It can be newspaper, it can be magazines. You want to voice out. The main thing is what? You want to voice out your concern. You want to highlight some social issue, and that is the time you do this approach, right? This is the time you actually use this medium to voice it out. Now, when you're writing it, it is already understood, we are all aware that when you are doing a creative writing, you have to follow strict instructions. You have to follow a fixed set of rules, the format, right? So let's look at the format. Formal letters follow a strict format and a professional language. Hey, this is not hey, hi, dude, what's up? Nothing of the sort. It's very formal, right? So it's a professional language. Formal letters are generally used for official purposes where the use of casual language would be totally unsuitable. Letter to editor format would be the same as a formal letter format. We've already done formal letter. You know how formal letters are, right? We always follow the same thing. We'll just go through it once again to understand it. You have your sender's address, followed by a date. You leave a line, you put the date. You have the receiver's designation. Again, you will leave a line after the date. The receiver's designation, his address. Then it is followed by the salutation, respected or dear, whatever. What is the subject of the letter? If you remember, we had said it should be short and crisp. Yeah. Then you leave a line. Then comes the content of body of the letter, the complimentary closing, down, sender's name, sender's designation, and signature and name, right? This is how we actually follow the set of instructions. See, the format itself fetches you marks. So it's not a big issue. It's not a big problem to, stick to a particular format. Don't get in your own, mindset and, oh, I think it should be like that. Please follow this and fetch your marks. Yes? So let's go. As we discussed, the sender's address, you have it. Mostly it is in 3 lines. Yeah. So keep it to that. You don't have to give us landmarks and all. Nobody's going to come to your house or stuff like that. Whatever. So stick to this. Preferably 3 lines. Leave a line. Now here what is written in blue, you don't have to write that. You are concerned with what is written in white. Alright. This is just for you to know. So sender's address, whoever is sending, right, the letter, his address, his or her address, you leave a line, put the date. Again, what is the mantra for the date? Yes, spell the month, right? In any creative writing you pick up, you will have to spell the month. Receiver's designation and address. Now, whom are you writing? The editor, for instance, his designation and his address, whichever newspaper or magazine you are addressing it to, and their address. Then you leave a line, you have the salutation, like we said, dear sir or ma'am, or respected sir or ma'am. Dear is not a harmful thing to use, so it's fine. You can go for dear, you can go for respected, either of it. Leave a line, subject. Again, I'm telling you, these blue, the words which are highlighted in blue, please don't write them. You are concerned with only what is in the white. This is for you to know. Subject. Now, your subject, again I said, it has to be very short, crisp and precise. It has to be exactly what you are talking about, because what you want to talk about, the issue, that is there in the body of the letter. So don't worry about that. Everything that you want to express will be in the body. Right now, if you're targeting that one problem, there is acute water shortage, okay, in some particular area. That's it, acute water shortage. That's it, or in so and so area. That all will be your subject. The details about it will definitely come in the body, so don't worry. Expressing my concern towards, to bring attention towards, express my views about what you want to express, just name that, okay? So you have to make sure your subject is really very short, very limited words. You cannot, in fact, you should complete it on the same line. That's it. It should not go on the second line. Moving further, you will again leave a line and starts your body of the letter. The first paragraph is always an introduction. Second is your main content, what you want to talk about, the whole issue that you are addressing. The third paragraph is your conclusion. Now, to know this in details, we will still go further. You have the complimentary closing, thanking you, yours sincerely. Please remember, I've always said this, if it's yours, S, the ly has to be there. So, yours sincerely. Then you have the sender's name and designation, signature and name. Now, this is the format which we have to follow, right, to the T, to make sure that we get all our marks.